We want to donate to charity.
The episode that was lost, they deserve an explanation for that.
Those people get like death threats.
And I'm gonna
Baby Yoda. Hey. Welcome back to Big Boys. Antonio's about to start, but I want to start.
Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about today.
Welcome back to the Picky Boys podcast. I didn't even say that.
You said it.
No.
You literally said
Did
it.
I?
Yeah.
I'm going crazy today.
He is going crazy.
Dude.
Have some of your little bottle here.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it worse.
It's okay.
It's true.
Okay, baby.
Have a little baba.
all the episodes are so out of whack this month that we still have to tell them about the
This
charity jar.
This is the Picky Boys swear jar. We wanted to donate to charity, and we also wanted to swear. So we're doing it together. So
Yes.
every time I swear, it's really for me. That's why I'm on it. But every time I swear, I will throw $1 into the jar, and then we'll donate it to some.
we're still going. At the end of the month, we'll donate. Danny has his sippy cup from the spill.
I have a sippy cup from the spill from last episode. It was an episode that we previously recorded that will be out in a few weeks or a week or two. Antonio spilled.
It was bad.
So now we are the Sippy Boys.
The Sippy Boys.
That's funny. Yeah, the Sippy Boys.
I want to do a poll about. Is this a jar? Do you think this is actually a jar?
It's not a jar.
It's not a jar. It
It's
doesn't
a
have a
vase.
lid.
It's
a
vase.
yeah.
Okay,
or a vase.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Vase, vase.
Danny conceded, I think.
I've conceded on that.
Okay,
one.
thank you.
It was
That's all I
was
wanted.
in the jar section at Home Goods, but
That doesn't matter. Home Goods don't know what they're doing. All right.
Maybe it's for a big fucking candle.
Yeah, I thought it was a candle holder too.
that'd be
Yeah,
a
I mean
big
that would be a
fucking
big candle though.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it could be.
All right, let's go around quick and then we'll start up. Danny?
Hey yo, I'm Danny Moriarty. How's it going?
Perfect. One of our favorite. You wanna come in?
I'm Johnny Bombs.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm Anthony. How y'all doing today?
I'm Antonio. Let's start this picnic. This was essentially the
let's do
three
it.
that was
Let's
on
run it
the episode that was lost
The lost
last
episode.
episode.
The last episode.
So I guess we deserve an explanation. They deserve an explanation for that. So we had this promoter on, and we went through all the steps like we usually do with our guests, like whatever you want not in it, whatever you don't want to talk about, whatever you want bleeped, we'll do it, no problem, because we want them to feel comfortable, right? So we went through all that. The episode goes up, and literally everyone from top promoters to like the clubs in New York just came down on us hard within like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Well, to be fair, we also tied it how to get into a club for free. So I don't know.
Raising some red flags.
So I don't know if they like that, but essentially,
It was just a provocative title. It's not really what
It was also the only
Yeah.
way is to be hot. That's how you get into clubs for free. Be hot.
he
which,
was he was giving away too much of like the promoter trade. You know what I'm saying? Like essentially saying that girls like trying to give it was more for girls tips on how to get in for free, kind of how to like swindle promoters like in that world.
But the girls need tips on how to get in. I mean, usually
It's-
they
It
know.
wasn't. I don't think that was the issue.
they don't. But like he was kind of giving away how they work. So if a girl caught on a little bit, you could kind of like manipulate them into trying to bring you in instead of someone else doing it, or get a one up on each other, because it's very competitive in their world. He was saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think the issue was it came across really sleazy the way that like he was giving away that stuff, like how he would get girls in the door per se, and
That's
like
true.
how they're fighting over girls, and like that just isn't something that
And
sounds good.
And I think
Yeah.
just in general, it's kind of just a pretty tight ship over there. You know, like it's like a magician's community. You know, like they may have rivalries with each other, but you never reveal another magician's secret
Yeah.
unless you're that one show.
The-
Ever seen that show where they wear the masks and then they tell everybody how it's done?
You mean like anonymously?
Those people get like death threats.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
giving
that's
away
true.
It's
money,
someone's
money,
yeah,
and
someone's,
there's good money in the
someone's
business
job,
too.
you know.
And he was essentially saying that there's no reason for guys to go to clubs at the end of the day. That's kind of what he was saying. So I could see
Yeah.
why clubs didn't want to see it, because
Yeah.
the promoters control everything in there. Most of the people in there are promoters, and they could kick you out whenever they want. So like even if you're accidentally intruding on someone else's girl, they could just get security and go, "Whoop, nope, not worth it. No matter how much money you spend."
Well, speaking, I'm a DJ, so
There it is.
yeah. So I speaking in that way, I would say that he could say that he doesn't think guys should go to clubs, but guys are gonna go to clubs,
Yeah.
regardless of what he says.
Yeah,
So,
it wasn't. I know it was
but
ridiculous overreaction by the
yeah.
clubs and everything, but they came like 5 minutes in.
That's crazy.
Whoosh.
Well,
I could see that happening too, though. I mean, the money's involved, and
Yeah.
he's like part of it. I mean, he works for them, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're probably like, get the fuck
Well, he was also saying that
fuck off there.
what he was saying is that guys were most of their money, so I mean, they might be upset. Like, there's
Hey,
just
but
so many
everybody
layers.
knows that.
Yeah,
You know, the
yeah.
thing is
We all
that-
know
The
that,
thing is
yeah.
that I feel like a lot of things he's saying, everybody knew it.
It's
But
just
it's
actually
just
saying
that he's
it.
being said by something that is somebody who's in that industry, and so either way,
There was some
we
stuff
t-
I didn't know, but that's
either
besides
way,
the point.
we took the episode down.
Is it gonna go up?
I don't see
No.
I don't see a way
Probably
Oh,
not.
man.
unless we put it up as audio only and fix it up, but we'll
It's
see
like-
how it goes.
It's too late now because they know about it.
Yeah,
It
we'll
would
see
be
how-
different if we did
Right.
that
We'll see how it
beforehand
goes.
and took precautions.
Also, it's just a little bit of like a respect thing. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that as
if
well.
Someone says take it down, we'll take it down.
Yeah, we want we like our guests more than we like the
We don't
quality
want
of
to battle.
the
We
video.
don't
Yeah,
want
we
to
don't wanna
battle with fucking.
We also,
you
yeah,
know.
we don't want to battle at New York City clubs either.
No, of course not. No.
a bunch
but,
of big Russian guys just start ringing our doorbells at 3 a.m. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I saw two guys sitting out there. I thought it was like the Blood Diamond. Out
I know.
there.
I've
They
been,
were
I've
like
been,
scoping your house.
I've been,
I
I've
was
been
like,
peeking through the blinds. There's people posted everywhere, waiting for us to make a move.
Henry Hill out
Yeah.
there. You're like,
whatever you gotta do.
looking at the helicopters flying overhead.
But that's not the only thing that's been going on, right?
Yeah.
With having you on, you brought a reign of terror with you.
Oh yeah,
In a sense.
Oh, I did. I mean, this is my third time being on this show, and yeah. I mean, I have like we touched upon one of these fucking clowns who is a moron karaoke host. I mean, you know what's funny is I'm friends with every single karaoke host. And they're all great people, most of them. And this one guy is, I don't know, he's a mental case. I don't really know, but we had touched upon something that had happened when I worked at Bourbon Street, and he had worked across the street. He doesn't work there anymore, and because he can't hold a fucking gig because he's an asshole.
Oh, Jesus.
And yeah, I don't care. I mean, he reached out to you guys trying to like clear the air, which I think is absurd. I mean, it's par for the course with this guy. He's such a clown.
We're not Judge Judy here. You know, we're not trying to like we're not a place to clear the air between all this drama. But maybe I don't know, start your own podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of. I really don't get it. I mean, it's strange. Like what the story we even said. I didn't even mention his name. I don't think, did I?
Yeah, I don't think we
No,
have.
we
I
don't
don't
have
think
to-
we
we
have.
don't have to do that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't this time either. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need to. He knows who he is, and he's that
Oh,
kind of.
what? That's what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
you didn't mention his name. No,
No,
we
no.
don't need a name for that one.
It's better that way.
Yeah, it's
Now,
definitely.
because now we don't know who watches anymore. So,
Oh, that's true.
so
Yeah, now it's just a bunch of some random people just watch us.
yeah, now it's getting.
It's getting there.
Got to be careful.
I've ever told you the time that I was in this is a while ago when we were kind of starting up still, and I went to 7-Eleven and I was getting pizza, blah 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 blah, and she was like, "Oh, a picky boy," and I went, "Excuse me, who are you?" Like, and it turns out she's someone who watches, and she's just like a fan, and she's a really really nice lady.
And we're in that 7-Eleven all the time, and she.
Oh, yeah,
Every time we're
day.
in there, we're buying cases of
like twisted tea
Twisted
and
Teas.
just and so but that was like a surreal moment.
I guess a good segue from that is with all the love we hate comes
So the love we have.
Well, love
there's
we
always
have.
there's always
There's always
a
an
hater.
an intense,
Yeah,
intense amount of hatred after.
for sure.
And again, that's someone that you caused, you brought upon us.
Yeah.
Our number one hater.
Cost.
Oh man.
Our number one hater.
Yeah.
They need context for this because they don't see as much as we see. Dan, you want to explain that one?
So there's this guy, and he he'll leave like a message on our Instagram posts every once in a while. Not just like saying whatever. Not friendly stuff. And we don't personally care. But the thing is, if it's like an episode with a guest, we don't want the only comment to be like a hate comment.
Yeah.
Or
So-
at least the first comment, because this
course.
guy is quick. Like
Yeah.
as soon as we post
I
something,
think he has post notifications on. That's how dedicated to the cause I think he is. Because the minute after,
cause.
the minute
cause.
after, he's like,
That's funny.
"Look at the Picky Boys rambling horror show continues." It's like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. I mean, and that's partly my fault too. I have people out there, they're all they're watching, they're lurking. I don't know, they're stalking. I don't really know. He said that you guys aren't funny. Let me just be on the record to say you guys are a much funnier act than he is. I call him, he's an act for sure. And you guys are definitely funnier in more ways than one. It has his ways though. He's amusing. I'll say that.
No, I believe it.
I read what he writes and I'm like, wow, I don't think they come from a malicious place either. I think he's just ball busting. To be honest with you.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're right because honestly, even the donation thing, we wanted to donate to somewhere for a while, and it just upgrading the set, it kind of got pushed to the back of our mind, and just from all his rants and like suggestions, we were like, you know what, all right.
He suggested this?
Yeah, kind of.
Well,
Oh, really?
Something along the lines. And
Yeah.
well, the thing is, he actually had some very good suggestions.
Yeah,
But
no,
it was,
he does.
It was hard to find the suggestion because we only found out the suggestions once we prodded and kind of like said like, oh, blah blah blah, and like responded back to him.
Oh, that's
because
funny.
until then it was just like, you know, you guys, some of them are very funny. On our electric spelling bee, he said, "Can you guys spell horrendous?" which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
So like we
That's funny. That's funny.
we screenshot him, send him to the group chat. It's like, oh wow, he's back at it again. Like,
Yeah.
we enjoy it.
It's crazy. Do you guys get any of this from anyone else, or it's just me? I'm the only guest.
That's brought something else on.
Yeah.
No, usually it's positive. Other people usually.
Well, I
bring
brought on some positive comments too.
No, that's
I mean,
true. Of course
yeah,
you did.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, you guys just had my brother on and
Yeah.
Gabby.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
They were
episode's
great.
coming out.
Yeah.
Because of the what's happening and the way we had to film things.
Right.
This is coming out before that, but yes.
And the last time we were on, you had all the guests from my movie premiere.
Yeah, and your movie, that was last time.
Yeah.
Between the last time you were on the first time, your movie came out.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even see it before when we were doing the interviews. It was
No.
it was very great. It was a fun occasion.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, what'd you guys think of the film itself too?
That was great.
That was good. I thought it was a good piece of lore. I thought you put in a good chunk of history that was missing from the Indiana Jones Secret of the Queen's Giant short film, just for context. And I can't believe I got a real snake and you played with a real snake.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
There was the one scene where you reach your hand in, spoilers, you reach your hand in and the gate comes down.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
actually made all of us like,
Jump.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so we
Chris
appreciate-
did the sound on all of that. I don't know if he touched upon that when he was here, but he did all the sound for the film. Yeah.
So how does so was it like dubbed over? Like how does that work? Like do you record the sound on site, or do you?
Oh no. You do it later. It's overdubbed. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then
That seems like kind of a very hard process. Like it seems like hard to make it feel natural.
I would say out of all, I mean, each process of making a movie is very, very tedious and difficult. I'm sure you know from editing, like with this stuff, but I mean, it's like that, but on a much greater scale because when you do it, it's the visual story is going to be permanent. So it's like really crucial that like each sound is landing on the exact moment, and you can't have like a car whizzing by like that. Because that happened a lot too. We had like cars in the background, planes flying over, and we're doing dialogue. So we had to do the replacement of that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Editing's hard. Don't compare it to this. I'm sure that one was much harder. Like the goal
it's
of this
ADR,
is
it's audio digital replacement. We had to do that, and that's you know.
that's because the goal of this is just to have as least noise as possible, and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
our
yeah.
voice, and that you need every single noise that's in the shot. So
Right.
that's much harder. It's much harder.
Chris did that, you know, and that's a difficult process. It really is. It's Foley. It's you know, lining up people's dialogue because we all had to say it. We had to like essentially say everything we said, you know, in the scene in a studio. So we had to like redo it. So we're like watching ourselves mouth it and then repeating it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like if I said fortune and glory is in everything, I had to say fortune and glory is in everything. And then he'd be like, no, more energy because you're outside. Fortune and glory is in everything. It's like one of those things. And you're kind of like repeating. And then he's got to find the right thing, line it up perfectly. They pretty much do it with everything. TV shows, they do it. They actually do it like let's say they shoot us an episode of Friends, right? Seinfeld, whatever. They'll shoot that episode and then go right into the studio right then and there and then redo all of like Elaine's takes. She'll redo them in a booth.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
All of it.
But
All of
for a set like that, they don't have like the god, like you know, like
They do, but the boom will pick up like if it's filmed in front of a live studio audience, you get people like you don't want that too, and that's why they put they put like a laugh track, stuff like that. Even though it's filmed in front of an audience, they still they do that because they want you to know when the punchline is.
Yeah.
If you watch, they have it on YouTube, I guess, but you could watch like shows like that without the laugh track, and it's
Yeah,
like
I've seen
It's creepy.
that.
Like
Weird.
I-
Yeah.
there was
That's because they have these like unnatural pauses.
Right.
Where it's it's just strange.
There was one of Friends with Ross, like one of Ross's interactions without the laugh track, and he sounds like he's about to murder sounds like a serial killer.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
that kind of
I've
stuff.
also always been interested in Foley is the like sound effect making, right? Like the,
oh yeah, he did that
like
too.
everything
Like
behind the scenes of like
walking.
someone breaks a bone, they're like crack like
Celery.
celery,
Yeah,
and it's like that like behind they did a whole behind the scenes process for A Quiet Place, which is obviously
All
very
sound.
very heavily dependent on sound and
yeah.
audio and that, and it's just really cool. It's a cool job.
For The Walking Dead, they had like a head of lettuce, and for the stabbing like into like the skull, it was just stabbing into like lettuce, or like you ever see the ones of horses, and it's just people on all fours just like clacking
It's
things.
just
It
it's
looks so
a
weird.
ridiculous job,
looks
but
so weird.
it's amazing.
Like
It's so cool.
watch how the audio is made of your favorite movie. I'm sure you'd be surprised. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
looks
is.
so weird.
It is.
Such a weird job.
And for the aliens in A Quiet Place, they tased a grape.
Excuse me.
They used the taser and they tased the grape.
And the grape yelled or
and then
something.
and then they like slow that sound down to get like a click, 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 like that weird like alien clicking noise.
That doesn't sound right. But listen,
I'm telling you
when
what-
Danny makes up a story, can you have a separate one so he can put $1 in? No, not in there. But when he makes up a story, you should have a second one for when he makes up. Like, all right,
we'll
let's
have
put this in.
we'll have the same thing. We'll have the same thing, but there'll be question marks over his mouth.
I'm gonna
like,
bring
wait,
a grape. I'm gonna bring my grape and my taser and prove it to you.
Why do you have a taser? I don't trust you with that.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust you. You don't
How
know.
do you
You don't know what's
tease
gonna
a
happen on the
grape?
street.
How can you take? It's like this big. It'll fly right off the table.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
I also don't think it'll fly.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. Yeah. Well, wouldn't it like fly
It might
off?
pop.
It wouldn't.
It might go.
Where's it going?
No, I'm saying like it rolls. So if you pop it with that energy, it'll be like it'll go. Like, wouldn't it knock the momentum?
I'm just the
Honestly,
messenger.
I
I'm
don't-
just the messenger
I'm
here.
not a
If
physicist.
so,
Well,
then
I'm not a physicist.
Wired or Vox lied to me. You
You ever got pepper sprayed?
no, what?
What are you doing?
You said
Pepper
pepper
spray-
spray or taser. You ever got tased or pepper sprayed?
Pepper spray challenge.
No, I've never got pepper sprayed. Why would I? Why?
What are you doing?
Why would I
Dan?
have gotten pepper sprayed?
I don't know. I feel like he's gotten pepper
That's a
sprayed.
very
Well, yeah,
aggressive question.
Anthony's gotten pepper sprayed at like
Never
on the
happened.
subway platform at fucking at 2 a.m. Some scared woman is
That-
like,
this
"Just
is
get away
not
from me!"
good. This is bad.
just walking by, not even doing anything.
No, I haven't gotten pepper sprayed, but I there's a weird part of me that wants to. I know I don't want to.
There's glass in there.
Yeah, but
There's little shards of glass in pepper
yeah, but it's
spray.
but it's safe.
Yeah.
Wait, is there? There's
Yeah.
shards of glass in pepper spray?
very little, like almost like sound like, but they go.
But it's safe, like relatively, like it's not gonna damage your like eyesight or whatever. Like I think well I have a cousin that's a police officer in Florida, and before you go out into the field, you have to complete like a training course right after you get pepper sprayed. And he said it was just the worst thing he's ever done.
Actually, when you train with pepper spray, you spray it, and if you spray pepper spray and it gets on you, you still get the effect. So even if like an attacker was, like, let's say like Anthony was hitting on me before, by the way. So let's say Anthony
Do you blame me? Look at
got
him.
inappropriate. Let's say he got inappropriate, and I whipped out the pepper spray and sprayed him. He would get like the gist of it, but I would also get some of it because even if you breathe in just a little bit, it affects you. Like, so using pepper spray, they like make you go like that, like you block it with your hand.
Make a little hand shield.
Yeah, but it still gets on you, so you still get the
And
effect.
it's still a spray. So what if
There's wind.
there's heavy wind this way
that
and
could
you
happen.
I feel like you would think a little bit, like you're in a hurricane. You're like, oh, let's try it.
Personally, I think you should spray him. He wants to get sprayed. I think you should do that as an episode. I mean, I can make a suggestion. You want viewers? That'll get viewers for sure.
I'm not
I
gonna,
don't think
I'm not
we-
gonna pepper spray
We're,
Danny.
we're already.
He wants it though. He said he did.
I would rather get pepper spray than tase.
There's a lot of things people want
For
me to do
sure.
that I still
Really?
don't do.
Yeah, I am not good with electric shock. I bowed out of the electric shock spelling bee. I just don't like the way it feels.
Yeah. I would get pepper sprayed over getting shocked too.
I don't know, but like that's so
Really?
much
Yeah.
longer. Like I feel like the effects of that are gonna go on.
Well,
Yeah, but there's
some of those,
something-
yeah. There's something like with the electric thing. I worry about my heart. Like, what if you like have like a heart attack?
I guess
Like you get shocked hard enough? Can't that like?
But we're not sending anybody to the chair, you know?
No, but still, it's powerful, man. You ever see what I've watched episodes of Cops and they'll tase someone. It's
They
pretty
just like start
intense,
seizing.
man.
Is mace and pepper spray the same thing?
No, they're different, but I don't know what makes them different.
Maybe it's mace that has glass, like
I don't
the fine
know.
glass. I know one of them does.
See, slowly, if you let Anthony keep talking, it sounds more and more like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
They're two identical sprays.
Yeah.
That's just how it
There
goes.
should be like a little. You should be able to Google it and find out what it is while we.
That's
while
true.
we
You can
talk.
do a little quick.
You want us to do that?
Yeah. Why not? We can
Look
find
that
we
up,
could,
Jamie.
We
Look
can
that up,
handle
Jamie.
this.
We
Well,
can keep the conversation. We don't need you that much.
I don't feel like I'm the guest. I feel like Anthony's the guest.
Why? What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
You're coming after me.
No, yeah, I think they are different. I'm almost positive. But
Oh no, they're definitely different. Mason and pepper spray are different.
Okay, so mace has 1% tear gas,
Oof.
and then pepper spray is essentially just how it sounds. It's like a hot pepper extract to spray at the face. I don't see any glass because
I have gotten pepper, like extremely hot peppers around and near my eyes, and it is horrible.
It's
But
just
I
pepper
do
extract,
think that
though.
it is less horrible than getting tased.
So you think pepper extract sprayed into your face, sinuses, mouth, throat, ears, I don't know where it gets, versus a quick
Okay, it's
quick.
not a little.
It's more
No,
than
no,
quick.
no,
You're
no,
gonna
it's not
feel
quick.
it for the next hour. You know,
you-
you're just the way your body's like. Ugh.
If you're gonna give us a baby tase, I'll take that. But I'm saying if you're gonna go bah, and I'm gonna go,
it's like the cartoon, like you see a skeleton.
you know, if my eyes are bulging out of my head, no, I'm
Maybe
gonna
like-
take the spray, man.
Maybe like a cattle prod, like something
Yeah.
maybe.
I'm just so bad with heat. I'd rather like my lips will burn if I'm eating something too hot. If I get that in my eyes, it's over. That's it.
yeah.
I'm particularly good with heat, which is why I'm
This is
excited for the
different-
next episode.
I know.
of our series.
He opted out of the last one and now kind of gave a suggestion that he is good at and we all suck at.
Well, that's because Antonio said, hey, "Listen, I've been made it very known that I do not like electric shock," and they say, "Oh, let's do an electric shock thing," and then we're making new ideas, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, let's do another electric shock thing," and I'm going, no. We're gonna bring in some heat. We're gonna bring in some heat and see what you motherfuckers feel like when
It's his
know.
turf.
with my turf.
It's not your God. Yeah, it's your home field advantage.
It's like welcome to the hot
I'm actually
side.
not. I don't even really think I'm that much. Like, I don't think I'm very good at. I don't think I have built natural resistance, but I do think I just like the pain more.
Yeah, I knew it was.
I like that version of pain
Last
more.
time I was on, the first time, he spoke about like some kind of bondage thing. I don't know what it was. Do you remember that? There was some kind of thing he liked
I
pain.
don't know. A couple episodes before.
Oh, the candle wax.
No,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I remember. We spoke about that too, I think.
It was candle wax
It was, like,
twice because he brought up
once.
candle
It was
wax
once.
again. He brought up candle
Oh.
wax again on a different episode and was talking about how he pours the wax on the hot wax on his tongue.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay, I
yes,
didn't say
yes.
I don't pores like
Drip?
actively. I know, but I don't like do it.
There's no
day
defending
after
this.
day. I did it once because I saw it on a YouTube video, and it's actually
I didn't know you could
So-
watch YouTube videos on that site.
He did it once because he saw it on. So that means when you see something on YouTube, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You're a
Well,
child.
But it made sense. The prevailing theory was pour wax on your tongue, and then eat something very spicy, so that the capsaicin cannot touch your tongue. That makes sense to me.
That's
And
but-
I
Okay.
need to know if it works.
yeah, but then you said you started to like
That's
it.
interesting.
Well, I didn't say I started. I didn't say I started.
did, you
liking
did.
it. I just said that like
You get
I
it.
get it.
You get
I
it.
get it. That's all I'm saying.
He's been there and
I'm just saying I get it. There's a little part of me that gets it. I'm not into it.
when would you ever use that now that you know it
Well,
works?
I was the reason is because I was gearing up for the world's hottest pulled pork challenge that I did. Go check out the video on my YouTube channel.
Did you win?
No, second place by like
Oh
3
wow,
seconds.
that's awesome.
Second place by 3 seconds.
Oh really?
but
Can
you
he do
get
it
that
again?
up.
Can he compete again, or it's one and done?
There's gonna be like it's not gonna be the same pulled pork sandwich, but it will be like a different thing. Like last time was sausage. The other time was ramen. So there will be another one, and I'm gonna win.
Tell you
Oh,
what,
awesome.
he got
That's great.
He got second place in by 3 seconds, and there was like professional hot sauce eaters there. So I don't know if Danny's a professional hot sauce eater, but that's pretty
Wait,
impressive.
That really
I
is
was
good.
so I was gauging if maybe I could use
So
some
wait, there's more
PEDs
to the
for that.
story then. Now I understand why he did the candle thing.
Oh no,
because-
he's just relating two completely different stories in
That's
hopes
not
that we catch
no,
on.
that's
He's
not
trying to, like,
true.
weasel
Yeah,
his
yeah, he's
way
trying to
out.
weasel his way
Okay,
out
all right.
because that was months before he even knew that there was a
I was
going
gonna
to
say that. Yeah,
That is not true.
Months.
That is not true. I was
Look at
giving.
that Weasley smile.
I
The
do.
timeline.
I do a lot of things like this. That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
That's what I'm
wait.
saying.
So what else do you do? That's
Yeah,
like
what
this.
else? What else do you like?
I don't
Say a
want to
lot
know.
of things.
This can go
I have
deep.
a. I
No,
have,
let's
I have
go.
A,
Let's
I
do
have
it.
a collection of hot sauces. I just, in general, I need to know.
But you pour hot
What
sauces.
do you mean you have a collection of them?
I have like 20.
I think he was going the route like what other
what
weird
other-
stuff
what
do you
other
like
weird
besides,
stuff?
besides
Yeah,
the
yeah.
candle
Oh,
wax?
what?
said
Oh
that-
no, not stuff like that. I'm just defending the
oh.
candle wax and like, why would you ever need this? I do a lot of stuff involving heat.
So how do we how do
What other stuff do you
yeah,
do
how
that
do you-
involves heat?
How do you defend the ball gag in your room then?
You never found a ball game. That's a lie.
Never found it yet.
So what do you guys think of Star Wars? Just to shift the gear here. It's coming out
there's
this
a-
week.
Not a fan.
There's a
anymore.
lot of things. Well, I want your opinion on how do you thought The Last Jedi was?
Oh, The Last Jedi? Oh my God, that's gonna be a long episode if you want me.
Just like I think I already got it. But like, do you think that the next like this one is gonna redeem The Last Jedi?
That's gonna be difficult. I read somewhere. Why there's a lot of things I read, but I'll say this. Let me give the answer to the question. What do I think of The Last Jedi? I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hate it actually. I would say this. The Force Awakens came out. It kind of like mimicked the old trilogy, and a lot of fans had an issue with it. And what essentially ended up happening was those fans put their foot in their mouth because I guess Ryan Johnson took that and was like, you know what? I'm gonna give the fans something they never seen coming. And by doing that, he created like a real problem with the storytelling and how they're going to explain everything that happened in the next and this one that's coming out. I think it's coming out this week. So,
It's this week already. It's coming.
yeah.
Yeah, it's already December 12th.
Yeah. Well, next week, but in 7 days. What's today? Today's Thursday, so Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it's 7 days. It's coming out. 6 days, and yeah, I think he did that and kind of turned it on its head. Like, spoiler alert. I don't know if anyone's seen The Last Jedi. I hope
It's been long enough.
Yeah, but like killing Snoke, that's like really an issue because that's why I know they were going to bring back the Emperor, as J.J. Abrams had said, but killing him the way they did, that kind of really was like more shock value. I think because of what happened with Empire Strikes Back, a lot of the writers or maybe the studios, they want to shock the fan because that was like something that was really amazing. Like to see that and not know like that it's his father. I mean, even the actors, they say, were shocked by it. Like David Prowse didn't know. He actually says the lines even though they're overdubbed. They do ADR there with James Earl Jones. But when he says the line, you could actually see it and hear his voice, and he says, I killed your father. Obi-Wan didn't tell you what happened to your father. And then Luke says, you told me enough. And then he says, he told me you killed him. And then in the movie, he says, no, I'm your father. But in the acting, when they did it, he said, no, I killed your father. Because he didn't know. And they overdubbed it, and then
Wow.
it happened. Yeah, he didn't know.
Wow.
I'm more sure about that than you are about there being glass in...
I was lied to. I probably
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Anthony's lied to all the time.
Yeah, I like the new ones. I'm a late comer to Star Wars. I saw all the old ones before I watched this kind of newer trilogy. I thought The Force Awakens was good. I thought it kind of bridged a gap between, giving some of the old generation Star Wars fans what they like and bringing in a new generation of Star Wars fans. I was not a big fan of Last Jedi, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this one. But I am interested in hearing what you think about Baby Yoda.
Oh, well, The Mandalorian is awesome.
I like it too.
Love The Mandalorian. It's great. And that's some of the thing that I think you can tell that with The Last Jedi, they were trying to kind of not fall into what they fell into with The Force Awakens. They wanted to take more chances. But with The Mandalorian, it's kind of like a clean slate for them. So the writing, and Jon Favreau, you could tell he's a fan because the way he writes, I mean, he gets a lot of fan service, and I think Star Wars at this point needs to do that. It needs to give fan service because it's an long-standing, established trilogy with I mean, billions of fans. It's everyone in every corner of the earth knows what Star Wars is. Is there a bigger movie than Star Wars? There isn't.
I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this last one. I'm probably gonna see it anyway because it's a big movie. But
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely gonna see
They
it.
said the budget of the Mandalorian is 15 million episode, comparable
Wow.
to
Damn.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Good for them.
that makes sense. I was gonna say Game of Thrones would probably be right up there with them.
But this has been the decade of all great things kind of crumbling down before the fans. If
Well,
you-
The Mandalorian is awesome.
Oh no, the Mandalorian's good. I'm saying like stuff that was already established, like even
Yeah,
Game of
yeah.
Thrones kind of had a downward turn.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars isn't looking too hot, you know.
I actually liked the last season of Game of Thrones. I didn't really. I mean, I thought it was a little done fast, I guess.
Yeah, it was rushed for sure.
Definitely rushed.
I've never seen a franchise like that like, you know, their fans are so loyal. Like, people hate Game of Thrones. Like, fans of the show like dislike it heavily now.
Yeah. Well, that
Like,
happened
but-
with Lost too. I don't.
Yeah, well,
There's a
and
J.J. Abrams-
deservedly.
That's a J.J. Abrams one. It is definitely deservedly because Lost the first season, excellent. What a great show. And then second season, third season, fourth season. Then there's this season where they're pressing the button, and you're like, "What am I watching?"
Things can live too long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that definitely. I mean, it definitely.
for sure.
I'm someone who always says I'd rather see something I really love die, like a show or a movie
Yeah.
series, knowing what it is versus them dragging it on and on, where it's like unrecognizable or just bad.
Yeah.
And the greatest like comedian, magician, movie trick is like you always leave the people wanting more.
Wanting more, yeah.
So like when you end a season, even though you could have probably had one more, and like if they want more, you did a good job, I think.
That's actually what I tried to do with my film. People were saying it was too short; they wanted more, and that was my idea. I mean, a short film. When you're an independent filmmaker, you don't make full length feature films. It's nuts. You can't afford it. It's just, and it's also the reward isn't that good. You don't want to do that. You want to make short films and then maybe write a script for a feature length and send that to a studio and then get funding to make it because it's too much money. Like for my film, I think it ended up around, I don't know how much, but it was thousands that it cost me to make it, and that was only for 27 minutes, and it was considered long because you want it to be 20 or less. But the film festival, the Queens World Film Festival that I'm entering it in, I'm still waiting it's like January 10th, I'll find out, but I'm going to enter it into that, and that you have to be 30 minutes or less. So it fell right into where it should be. And people were saying at the end of that film, they were like, "Oh, I wish there was more. I wish there was more." And I kind of feel that way too. I wanted to keep telling more, and I actually kept adding stuff, and much to the chagrin of Chris and Debbie and Luca, because my girlfriend is the director of photography. So anytime we'd shoot, we'd have to go out into the jungle, the woods, and there's mosquitoes, and and I was insistent that we shot in areas that were real feeling because I knew none of us were that great of actors and actresses, so I wanted us to feel like we were there, so it's less that we have to act that it's annoying to be out in the jungle,
Yeah.
And because at first the suggestion had been, I don't remember who made it, but someone around the film, one of the actors had said we should shoot in like a better location, and I was like, I looked at the area around the tree, and I was like, no, this is perfect because it was on a hill. It's really difficult, and it was challenging for everybody. For her, for Luca, for everybody. Even my brother holding the boom mic. It was not easy. And you also need to hold the boom mic so that you have reference for the audio for later too. But you want to leave them wanting more, and that was the best feeling for me. Was people were saying, I wanted to see more. I wish there was more to it, and I was like, that's the better thing. What if it was like, I wish there was less? That's what you don't want. Like, this is too long. God.
That's true.
Kind of happens with The Irishman, but I think The Irishman's a great film, though. I do. I think it's
I
great
thought The Irishman could have been 45 minutes shorter.
okay.
I think after they killed spoiler. Well, it's a true story, but I think after they killed Jimmy Hoffa, I think they could have kind of like wrapped it up there, and like because did you care that these like people killers were like dying old in prison, like all this? I didn't really. I wasn't connecting enough.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
It was fun to watch them squabble about.
I mean,
Yeah,
they played old people very well, but like I was
They
like,
are
I
old
don't-
people.
I know. I was like, I wasn't
I
caring.
didn't even see it.
Yeah, I think
Still didn't see it?
I think they gave it that length because of the I guess it's just that they had those actors together again. And also Pesci and Pacino never acted together in a scene. That was the first time ever.
Yeah, they kept. Yeah.
That was the first time Pesci and Pacino ever had a movie together. Well, that they acted together. They might have had some kind of connection in another film, but they definitely didn't act together in any film. That was it.
They were almost not even in the same scene. They only had one or a couple, right? Even with them on the same set, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like those guys made that movie more for themselves. I feel like they're like, we can still do this. Let's do this. Kind of holding on to, when they were in this great gangster scene.
Yeah.
And it was so big, and everyone was like, "This is what we wanted." Not to say it was a bad movie, but I feel like it was so self-serving for them.
Yeah, there's an element to that for sure. I mean, as a filmmaker, you want to make movies for yourself. You really don't. You can't make movies for. That's the problem with Last Jedi. You can't make movies for people and then expect it to be something that's gonna change cinema. I mean, when you write a movie, you have to make it for yourself first. Like for instance, Spielberg, when he did E.T., he wanted elements of children because that's how he feels about himself. He likes his childhood. He feels like he's a child in a sense, like he's trying to tell a story through the child's eyes. That's how he works, So you want to like kind of, I guess, make films for yourself. I mean, you can't, once you start like reaching out to make films for other people, it gets away from you. It's really.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand the people that could spend like half a year, all this time filming and then not watch. Like I know a lot of people that don't like watching what they're in.
Do you guys listen to the shows that you're on complete?
I have to. It's cheating.
Well, you
It's
do.
cheating for me.
I do, yeah.
You listen to every show beginning to end.
I've probably missed a few, but I listen to most of them, yeah.
All right.
I watch the ones I'm not in. I don't personally like watching myself.
But I'm saying my point is like for an actor, right? You put in all this work, all these months, and you can't watch like the hour and a half thing you created. I feel like that is strange to me.
That is a little strange.
I feel like that's strange to me.
But then again, they do watch it. They have to be at the premiere unless they're not there. I'm sure they do watch it once.
I'm probably honestly, you're probably right. 'Cause I don't know much about the obligations of actors to go to premieres, but I know a lot of actors that say they don't like watching the stuff that they've created, the stuff that they're in.
And
You're
to me,
always gonna go-
and to me, for this is different because it's like I feel like when you're putting, if you're putting together a movie, you're taking scenes, putting it together, you want to see what the final product is. Whereas opposed to this is more of a, we're all having a conversation, and I'm part of that conversation now. So I've had the conversation, I usually watch just to get tips on like, what can we do better, and how do we, blah blah blah.
You okay?
Hungry?
I'm hungry, man.
I thought that was me for a second. I was like,
Sorry.
did I just do that?
Everybody's
What the
got
hell?
to check their vitals. Everyone all right? Everyone's
Am
still
I-
living?
Am I okay?
All right, Danny's hungry. Let's get out of here. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, Danny.
That's the bell.
Tell him how. That's the
Tell them
bell.
who I am. I am. My name is Danny Moriarty. You can find me at Danny Moriarty on YouTube. New video up sometime in the witching hours today. And follow me on Instagram, dmore723.
Beautiful.
And I'm Johnny Bombs. That's it, really.
DJ Johnny Bombs.
Yeah, DJ _Johnny Bombs Instagram.
Oh, we'll pop that.
You
up.
got to follow my Instagram if you want to eat this sandwich. Remember how we met?
Yeah, that's how we met. He offered me a scene.
And Chaz was going to be on for like a nice reunion, but he had a final today, so I hope you did good, Chaz.
Oh, all right.
This
Yeah.
is a
Send
message
him
from
love.
future us, technically, even though it's present us.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, where Sad Potato Man?
I am Sad Potato Man.
And you can find me at Aunt Prisco. Can't forget to follow.
Picky Boys
Picky Boys.
Podcast.
Gotta leave that
like,
follow.
comment, subscribe. Make sure you comment. You know who you are. Make sure.
Oh, yeah, don't forget.
Don't forget to comment and share with your aunts and uncles.
All right, guys.
Bye.